$1 dinner, cold sesame noodles.
Growing up in the 80s, my dad did a lot of business with mainland China, which meant he traveled to mainland China a lot. And we developed a love of Chinese food. And there was a restaurant, crazily enough, in Glen Cove, Long Island, called the Golden Walk, which had some of the best Chinese food I have ever had. It had stuff like duck tongues and jellyfish and chicken feet, stuff that you really never saw anywhere back then, and like loads of fresh Chinese greens. And some of my happiest memories from my childhood are eating dinner there with my father and my stepmother and my stepsisters and my brother, and drinking lots of Qingdao, frankly. I loved to drink beer. But of all the entrees we ate, one of my all-time favorites was the very simple cold summer noodles with cucumber. Sesame noodles is often what they're called. I have figured out how to make them. I now make them for myself and my kids all the time, and they're delicious.
Start with a half a cup of tahini sauce. Add a couple tablespoons of soy sauce. Add a tablespoon or so of rice wine vinegar. Add a couple tablespoons of sugar. I usually use white sugar. In this case, I'm using brown sugar because it was all I had in the house. Take some linguine, boil it in a pot until it is al dente. A nice crunch to the tooth, but not too crunchy, okay? Then while your pasta is boiling, you can mix together your sauce with a little bit of water to thin it out. It should be the consistency of a thin pancake batter. You know, something to cling to the noodles, but not too much. Take a hothouse cucumber, slice it in half, then you should peel it. And ideally you should seed it, but I didn't bother in this case because I was running late to get my daughter to school. Then slice it into nice thin slices that will go effectively with a linguine. Then you should add that to your bowl of sesame sauce, mix together nicely. Then take your linguine, drain it, strain it, rinse it with cold water so that you can handle it. Add it to the bowl of the sesame sauce and the cucumbers mixed together. Add a little sesame oil, some scallions, maybe a little chili crunch, and voila, sesame noodles for $2.50.